Welcome back to the Tempo Storm Hearthstone Meta Snapshot Breakdown for May 7th, 2017. Now over 1 month into the rotation of the new expansion, the meta continues to show variety, diversity, and innovation. Things are far from settling down, with decks hopping all over the tier lists in the past week. After making its appearance on the Snapshot last week, Murloc Paladin variants have continued to grow in strength, with mid-range Paladin making the ultimate jump into the top spot of Tier 1. For the first time in a while, Pirate Warrior stepped down into the number 2 slot, with the rest of Tier 1 filled out with Aggro Murloc Paladin, Aggro Druid, and Quest Rogue. Mid-range Paladin doesn't seem to have a direct counter. It overcomes a long-standing pattern of polarizing matchups in the meta. Even though players are taking Hungry Crabs, Murloc Paladin continues to shine with its balanced matchups across the field. The most relevant new deck in the meta this week is Aggro Druid. It holds a strong proactive game plan, and its flexibility allows for Hungry Crab and a Galaka Crawler techs without hurting the strength of the overall deck. Crab and Crawler are decent on-curve minions at worst, and they're also beasts, which provides an activation for Mark of Y'Shaarj. At best, Crab and Crawler can gobble up the early tempo from a Murloc Paladin or Pirate Warrior, which makes up most of Tier 1 right now. We've also seen a rise in the strength and presence of Control Mage, both on the ladder and in the tournament scene. Control Mage is often dubbed Discover Mage, and between Primordial Glyph, Cabal Courier, and Babbling Book, it has all sorts of ways to adapt and adjust its game plan for every matchup. One consistent attribute for all the Tier 1 decks is aggression. Aggro Murloc Paladin, Pirate Warrior, Quest Rogue, and Aggro Druid can all effectively end a game as early as turn 5. While mid-range Paladin is a bit slower, it can also develop a strong early and aggressive curve. If nothing else, with 2 iterations of Murloc Paladin floating around, Hungry Crabs are a really strong tech whenever possible. The diversity of the year, the Mammoth continues to impress. Warlock and Shaman are still the only 2 classes not to have multiple ways to navigate the top tiers of the meta, and amazingly, Paladin and Priest both have 3 distinct archetypes in tiers 1 and 2. With things still very unsettled, unique innovation is still possible, and a variety of decks and matchup can still be enjoyed on the ladder. If you're interested in learning more about how to pilot the newer iterations of Aggro Druid, be on the lookout in the week ahead for our deck introductions video on this archetype. If you enjoyed the Meta Snapshot Breakdown, consider leaving us a like or favorite, and please subscribe to stay tuned with all of Tempo Storm's news and Hearthstone content.